Good morning. Hello, you guys. I'm so excited to be going live because it's been a while. I've been in Seattle, I've been traveling, and it's been a while since we did a makeup video. So if you are new to my channel, say hi, tell me where you're from. My name is Lauren. I am 43 years old. The reason I tell you this is because I love helping women learn to love their skin again as they mature. Because let's be honest, we don't have the same skin we had when we were 20 or 30 years old. And so I like to show you simple tips and tricks that make makeup so much easier. So as you're jumping on, hello you guys, say hi, tell me where you're from, what you're up to. It's Friday, woohoo! New York, I love it. Awesome, I'm from Idaho, which tiny little town in Idaho, but it's so good to be home after traveling. So, all right, we're gonna get straight to it. This video is going to be for you if a couple of things. One, if you have purchased Seint from me, which is a cream-based makeup palette, I will show you in a little bit. This is gonna be for you if you are brand new to makeup and you're like not sure how to use your new palette. It's also gonna be for you if you're thinking about trying Seint and you wanna get it on sale, okay? So, hi from North Dakota, Holland, I saw, let's see, Florida, New Orleans, UK, all over, how fun. Cheshire, UK, oh my goodness. Hello to everyone, I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm gonna make this really fast, really easy, simple, and all of the things I'm showing you today, honestly, you could take any type of makeup you are using. If you love it, use it, and kind of take simple tips and tricks that I show you. So, really quick, if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I talk about Seint One Compact makeup, what cream-based makeup, what I use, it's this little guy right here. Hi from Germany, hi from New Hampshire. Hello, thanks for joining me. This is the palette 8, okay? So with Seint, there are so many different options of palettes, okay? This is a 12 right here. There's different sizes you can get, okay? There's even one smaller than this. So depending on your lifestyle, how you like to wear makeup, you can actually get a pre-made collection, and that means everything inside is already picked for you. I do color matches. I tell you which ones are easy and will work for you. And then you buy it, and everything is perfect for you. So everything in this palette is all I need for my entire face. So I'm gonna show you how I would start, how I prep, all the things, and then how this goes on. Hello from Finland. Oh, that's cool. In Canada? Oh, I love this. All of these places are like on my bucket list. Someday I'll get there. So, okay, we're gonna start by prepping. I'm just gonna pull back my hair. We're gonna start by prepping our skin. And my necklaces are all over the place, you guys. I feel a little disheveled just coming back from traveling. Should I just give up on these necklaces at this point? Like, what is happening? Whatever. It is what it is. This is how I'm rolling today. Hello. Okay. I'm going to start by doing some skincare. So one thing that we lose as we age, a lot of us lose, not everyone. Some of us get more oily, but a lot of us get more dry. So before you put any makeup on, if you think it feels like it's separating, it's cakey, it's drying on the skin, you've got to add some moisture into the skin. So I'm going to start with, this is from Colleen Rothschild. This is her Retinol Ice Supreme Serum. I love this. It's going to add some hydration under the eye. So if I add any makeup under the eye, it's not gonna look cakey, it's not gonna look heavy, it's going to kind of sink into the skin. So really making sure that you are using products that are moisturizing are so important. Hi from England. Oh my goodness, how fun. I have a friend going to England here very soon. All right. Then, while that sits, I'm going to go in with a hydrating oil. This one is the Azure Replenishing Oil. This is also from Colleen Rothschild. If you're looking for a skincare line that's made for maturing skin, all of these products that I'm showing you are from Colleen Rothschild, and I love her products. So, I'm just going to push this hydrating oil into the skin. Now, creams are really pigmented, right? And they're really hydrating. So if we put this onto our skin and we're already dry, they're gonna hydrate our skin still, but we're gonna get even a better effect if we make sure that our skin is really ready for the product. So whatever you use, just make sure you're prepping your skin so that it's ready for whatever product you're gonna put on the skin, okay? I'm just gonna bring that down my neck, and I'm kinda gonna let that dry for just a minute. So next step, once you've done that and you're letting it sit, you're going to then go in with a sunscreen. Now, I have so many sunscreens I love. One thing with cream makeup, you want to make sure you're not using something that has dimethicone or silicone in the first 5 ingredients because it will react weird with cream makeup. So I like to use, there's a couple I like, you can always message me, but Elta MD is great. This one is the glowscreen by Supergoop. I love it because it acts as a primer too, and it's gonna add some bronzy tan to my face, especially in the summer. So I just traveled with it. So we're just gonna shake it really quick. And if you guys have any questions, please ask, that's what I'm here for. Okay, we're gonna shake that up. I'm like hoping it's gonna be all mixed. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that all over my face. Now I'm really dry, I don't have an oily skin. Now if you have oily skin, you definitely want to use a tacky primer. Yes, this one is my favorite, so I'll just show it to you really quick. This one, it's a little messy, I was traveling, but I like this one a lot. But if you don't want color on the skin, Elta MD, like I said, is a good one. Kosas has a great one that I like. What else? I'm trying to think. Pretty much those are the three I really use a lot, but I like one that has kind of a tanner in it because I am pretty fair unless I'm using self tanner. So you can see how that just like kind of warmed everything up. Yes, so when I post this, I will give you all the links to everything that I'm using just so that you can go and check them out, okay? So don't worry, I will do that. Okay, so you can see that added just a little bit of warmth to the skin. So if you are looking for that, that one is really good for sunscreen. Will it dry out my skin throughout the day? No. Which one? The sunscreen? None of these products should dry out your skin throughout the day. Creams especially are gonna actually hydrate your skin throughout the day. So if you have dry skin, that's why I actually stumbled into cream makeup, was because my skin was so dry that no matter what I was trying, big name brands, it was literally like patchy and it was drying out my skin. And by the end of the day, I looked like the Sahara Desert. So creams are not gonna do that at all. And so that's really important. If you're looking for something that's not drying, look for a cream-based product. And Seint is awesome. Okay, so my skin is hydrated. If I wanted to put on a primer, I would, but I'm gonna use my glow screen, the sunscreen. If you're just joining us, I'm using this as a primer and a sunscreen, which you can definitely do. Okay. I want to work from the palette 8. So with Seint, we have collections that are pre-made, and I do free color matches. I will definitely give you my color match link. You can fill it out, and then what I do is I tell you what level you are. And then based on the level, you can choose what size palette you want. This is the palette 8. I love the palette 8 or the palette 12 because it's gonna have everything you need plus more in it. So the palette 12 is gonna have eyeshadows. If you don't wear eyeshadows, palette 8 is really good. It comes with, depending on your level, it's gonna have different colors, but I do level 2. So it has amber, it has candlelit, and it has white peach. The number one question I get asked is, why do I need more than one highlight color? So here's my answer to that. If you ever, and really quick, Seint's highlights are like a foundation color or a concealer color. If you've ever taken a bottle of liquid foundation and you put it on your skin, just one, have you ever noticed how it makes you look really flat or even washed out if you're using too light of a color? The reason being is because when you look at my skin, like my skin right now is a hot mess. And the reason that you can see, when you look at my skin, you can see it has a ton of different colors, right? So I've got some red, I've got some browns, I've got sun damage, all the things, right? But when I put on more than one color, it's gonna look more natural and skin-like. So if you use a liquid foundation or a powder foundation, you're using one color, that makes you look like one-dimensional. Using more than one color is gonna make you look 3D, which is what our skin is. And so that's why creams look very, very natural and skin-like on the skin. So that's why you have these. The other reason is you can mix and match them. So if you're not completely matching to one of these, then like I take my brush and I'll just like go back and forth and I'll make the perfect combo for my skin. And I'll show you how I do that. This one is your concealer shade, so it's gonna brighten anywhere in the face that you need brightening. And then you have a contour. Contour is ashy. It's meant to give you shadows. Bronzer does not do the same thing. Contour is going to lift. It's gonna recede larger areas of the face. That's why you see it on the nose or the forehead or the jawline. If you have it like a double chin, which happens as we age, that skin gets looser. You can use contour for all of those things. Then, this is so dirty, sorry guys. Then you've got 2 different colors of lip and cheek, which they are already set in the collection, so you can't swap any of these out. This one has Nude and Cindy, and then you get an illuminator. So your illuminator is gonna bring some kind of like brightness to the skin, and then you have a bronzer. So in this tiny palette, smaller than my hand, has everything you need right there, which is really cool. And you can save $20 to $60 on any of these pre-made collections. So if you wanna go that route, this is really great. It also comes with a brush. This is an older brush. It's gonna look different than this a little bit, but this is the 3D brush. It has a domed end and it has kind of like fluffier end. So I'm gonna show you how to use that. Now, if you go for a bigger palette like this, you actually get the blush and bronzer brush and this brush. So you get 2 brushes. So pretty good deal, especially because our brushes are double-ended. For $40, like normally is how much this costs alone, but you're getting 2 brushes, so pretty cool. I also will suggest a color corrector sometimes, so that looks like this. Like something like this that are a little different, and I'll show you how I use these. These don't come in the pre-made collection, so if you choose you want something for your under eyes, maybe you have a lot of blemishes or acne or redness, adding one of these with this spot brush is gonna be awesome too. And I'm gonna show you how all of this works. Okay. Let's get straight to it. So we're gonna start with the 3D brush, and I'm gonna start by contouring first. I like to contour first because it kind of maps out everything, where things go. And with Seint and using cream makeup, you don't wanna layer, especially as we're older. If you're finding that you're layering your makeup, which is kind of how we traditionally apply makeup, it's going to look very textured. We already have more texture as we age. So putting layers and layers and layers of makeup on the skin just makes it look cakey. It can make it look heavy, and then it can also bring out pores and texture. So don't want to do that. So I'm going to start with this domed end of the brush. I'm going to go into my contour, and it's pretty pigmented. You don't need much at all. I'm going to find my cheekbone, the prominent part of my cheekbone, okay? So if I was to find, everyone's is different. So you wanna find where that bone really is. You don't wanna go underneath here. You don't wanna go too high up here, because it's too high to the eye. You wanna be right on that prominent part. And a lot of times it lines up right here at the edge of the ear or just a little bit higher. And you're just gonna make a line to the end of your eye. Now notice, that's not much product at all. I don't want a lot of product. I want this to feel really, really light. I do not want to feel this on the skin, okay? Just like that. Easy. On the forehead, the best way to do this is to find the arch of your brow. Now, if you don't have a lot of arch in your brow, that's okay. Just kind of go right to the middle of the brow. Put your hands like this, your fingers like this, and anywhere in between is where we're gonna put contour. If I put contour here, it's gonna hollow out, it's gonna bring my face in, and as we age, you can already see I'm hollowing there. I don't wanna bring that in, I wanna make it look fuller, that's more youthful. So that's why we're just gonna keep it right in between where my fingers were. This can be messy, but right along the hairline, okay? Super easy. Stop there. Then we're gonna come right to the jawline, okay? So most people, a lot of people, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people come right here on the jawline, and that's gonna make it look dirty. We wanna come underneath. So I like to take my finger and just kind of map out underneath the jawline, and I'm gonna draw a line right under the jawline to my ear, okay? So I'm just gonna come here. Now this area right here is one that you gotta remember to blend. If you walk out with this not blended, it's gonna look funny. All right. And then I just kind of bring it down my neck just a little bit. We're not even gonna do my nose right now, but you could contour your nose or your lips. You can take what's left on your brush and just kind of run it under the lips. Contour is going to recede everything. Makes it so easy, okay? So there is my contour. Now we're gonna go into these colors right here. These are our highlight colors. You're always gonna have a darker one, kind of a medium tone and a light when you do a collection. So I'm gonna go in with the darkest one first, and you can see kind of like my texture and discoloration right around here. I'm gonna use this darker color, and I'm just gonna push it into the redness. And one thing with cream makeup is you want to push. Look how that's already getting rid of it, but it looks like skin. It's not like a liquid where you can tell it's laying on the top of your skin. It's going to kind of camo into the skin. It's supposed to look like natural skin. So anywhere I have texture is where I'm using the darker color. I like to use a darker color on my nose, primarily because my nose has a lot of redness. And so if I put too light of a color too, I have pores on there, which happens as we age. And if you put too light of a color on your nose, what happens is that's gonna show more pores. So we don't wanna do that. So kind of in this middle area is where I use the darker color, because for me, I'm actually this middle color. So that's all I'm using the darkest color for, just right in this area. You can use your face as a roadmap. So if you have darker areas or you have redness, use that darker color for that. And then I'm gonna come into this middle color right there, and I'm gonna start at the bottom, and I'm going to start tapping underneath the contour. and I'm gonna just kind of fill it in. So if I was a man and had a beard, that's where this color is gonna go. If you have a lot of texture on your chin, feel free to mix the dark and the light to get the right color. It is okay. Like mixing, I mix all the time. Okay, so see how this is just looking very skin-like, but it's giving me coverage and just evening everything out? That's what I love about cream makeup. Also, you should not feel this on the face. It should feel so light. If you feel this, it's too much product. So I like to work from the bottom of the face up. I'm not touching the contour or anything yet. And then I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna leave this area of my eyes alone because I wanna show you a color corrector. I'm gonna come up here. Aw, I would love to go shopping with you. How fun would that be? You're so sweet, thank you. I'm always up for a good shopping trip. Okay, so I'm just pushing that under the contour, okay? So easy. All right, let's talk color corrector just really quick. This is not in the pre-made collections, but I like to show you if you do get one how it works. Here is a spot brush. The reason I use this small brush is because I can get right into my discoloration. We're using a color that is opposite on the color wheel than the color under the eye. So if you have dark circles, a color corrector is gonna be your best friend. If you put a concealer on, which is usually 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation, if you put that straight onto your face, you're just highlighting all the areas that you don't want people to see. Light colors are gonna bring out lightness. So see, even on my lid, I have some darkness there. I'm just color correcting it just like this. Can you guys see how that's just like evening everything out without a ton of product? Because under the eyes, if we put too much product, it's gonna look textured. So I'm just kind of pinpointing, like even here on that little vein, I'm just pinpointing where I want this to go. I'm not putting it all under the eyes, just on the darkness. And then, and both eyes are gonna be different, right? You might not have the same darkness on both eyes, and that's okay. But I'm just gonna do that. Then you can turn this brush over and you can kind of tap out what you did there. Now, by doing this, by color correcting, you're gonna use less product under the eyes, which if you are older, I'm 43, I don't wanna use a ton of product under my eyes because if I do, it's just gonna look textury and cakey, and we don't want that. So once I've got that, I'm gonna use the same spot brush. Now you could use the domed end of this brush that came with it if you wanted to. Thank you so much. But I like to use this side, and I'm gonna go in with that lighter color. So we've used the dark color, the medium color, now we're going in with this light color, and I'm gonna put it right here in the inner corner of the eye. And honestly, if you can't get Seint and you can't get this brush, you could go to like an art store, honestly, and find like a paintbrush or use an eyeshadow brush to blend it out. But like to find a small end is really, really important when you're placing the color corrector. I'm gonna put that on the outer corner of the eye and the inner corner, and I'm working it down the sides of my nose, and I'm just gonna kind of tap underneath. Now, I'm putting product under the eye. That's a question I get all the time, but it's such a light amount, it's not getting cakey. Hopefully you can see that. It's always hard to show, but I really wanna show you like how little product I'm putting on. And I like to bring it down the sides of the nose because I think it just kind of lightens that area of the face. Just like that. Okay, that's my under eyes, so easy. You can even take a little bit and put it on the lid and kind of even everything out, up to the brow bone. So if you do wear eyeshadow, which I'm not gonna do today, you could actually use this for that. How do I get color match and purchase? So when I post this, I'm actually gonna put a, I'll put the word match. You just comment match when I post it, and then you can you'll get my form. You can fill it out, comes directly to me, and then I send you my recommendations. It's really, really easy. I try to make it as easy as possible because I know makeup can be really intimidating for people. So, okay, the other thing I wanna show you is taking this domed end again. I'm gonna just take a little bit of the light product in between the eyebrows. I'm gonna skip my nose. I have texture in my nose. I don't wanna put too light of a color, so I'm gonna put a little here and a little here, and then I'm gonna just blend. And that's gonna bring, you can even take what's left on your brush if you want to. Just bring some lightness to that side of the face. So there is my, just my foundation. Also, I have this little blemish, so I'm gonna take that color corrector, the same one I just had, and I'm going to just touch it there, like that, and then just blend it out. This brush, this spot brush, is my favorite. You aren't gonna get rid of blemish texture, but you can camouflage it, so that's how you do that. Okay, then we're going to take setting spray. So you do need setting spray for this makeup. It is meant to move with your skin. It's meant to be absorbed into the skin, but if you don't set it with a setting spray, it will slip and slide. So you have to have that. This e.l.f., this is the All Night Blue Setting Spray. I just spray this on my brush, and then when I go to blend out the contour, I'm just gonna start right here, and I'm gonna push that into the skin. And I'm gonna blend up, like I'm pushing up towards the eye, and I'm gonna blend it up to the hairline. So see, I'm having just a shadow. I don't have a harsh line. So with contour, you don't need to have this harsh line. You're just trying to make it look like a shadow. So that's gonna give that lift to the cheekbones. And then up here, you can bring this down as far as you want. So the farther you bring your contour down on the forehead, the smaller the forehead's gonna look. So if I was to bring it like this, like down here, it's gonna look a lot smaller than if I kept it up higher. So it's really placement for you. I always say use your face as a roadmap. And then I'm gonna just pull it all the way down the neck. And then down, kind of right here, is a really important place to be pulling it down. And then if you have loose skin here, you can pull it all the way down the neck. Like that, okay? So there's our 3D foundation. Now we're gonna go back into here. So I've done my first level. I'm gonna go to the second level, and I'm gonna add my bronzer, okay? Bronzer is gonna add warmth. So anywhere that you would be at a park or watching a kid's sports game, I don't know where you are, at the beach, I'm jealous if you're at the beach, you're gonna add bronzer. It's where the sun naturally hits you. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm putting it onto my hand. Our bronzer is super pigmented. All creams are. They don't have any water in them. And so I like to put it on my hand first and kind of just work the product there before I put it straight onto the face. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna start blending it in. Now see this? This is what we don't want. We wanna make sure you're getting right into that hairline, especially if you're blonde like me. And you're just gonna warm up the face. So bronzer's warming up the face, but we don't want a line. So you just wanna make sure you're pushing it into the skin versus swiping, and it's going to give you some natural warmth. And then I'm gonna go back onto my hand. Right where that contour is where I'm bringing the bronzer. So kind of right here, like that's, think about where you get like sunburned a little bit and then how it turns into a bronze, kind of suntan if you're lucky. For me, it doesn't, but for a lot of people it does. You're just gonna kind of blend and marry the two, okay? See how that's warming up my skin? It's making it look really natural. That's what we're going for with bronzer. You don't wanna look so crazy orange because you have too much product on. You wanna make sure that you're just putting enough that it's going to give you some bronze. Now, if you have a lot of pores on the nose, even bringing that bronzer onto the nose is gonna help a lot with kind of getting rid of that. And I'm not wasting any product because I'm going back into my hand each time. So I bring it on the chin, and then you definitely wanna bring it down your neck so you marry the two. And you just keep blending until you have exactly what you want. So don't be afraid to blend. Okay, so there's my bronzer. Kind of gives life to the skin. It makes you look like you're not walking around pale or, you know, looking like you might be dead. You want to have like some color to the skin. So there's that. Then you always have two lip and cheek colors. You have two options here. You can layer the colors or you can just use one at a time. So if I'm gonna layer the colors, a lot of times I'll just take a dot and I'll place it here and then I'll place the other color on top and I'll mix them, which I can show you that, but I'm just gonna show you really quick. This one is glossy. So if you have a glossy one, I personally like to put on my lips. But if it's a gloss, it's gonna show up a little less bright on the face. It's just the way it is. So sometimes mixing a satin, which is what this one is going to go on just a little bit more pigmented. So let's just do this. This one is nude. So I'm kind of lining up at the edge of my eye like that. And then I'm gonna go in with Cindy on both sides like that. So this is how I would mix them. And make sure if you're commenting matte, you wait until I post because I will miss your comment and I don't wanna do that. So gonna take this side of the brush, this is my dome dimmed, and I'm just going to, oops, I had some product there. I'm just gonna push it into the skin. So cream blush looks super scary. Most people are like, I can't put that on my skin. You can. I even come up to the eye a little bit, but you can. You're just gonna push that into your skin though. And once you push it into the skin, it's gonna look really pretty and natural. Now this collection is the collection 8 that I'm doing. I'm a level 2, just for reference. And like I said, the collections that are pre-made with Seint, they are always discounted. And so you can save 20 to 60% on that. I also do customized ones. So if you're like, I don't love the colors in the pre-made collection, we can customize something for you too. So you can see I'm not really like going crazy, but like how that gets just a nice flush look. Now I can add more if I wanted to. Wouldn't have to put on as much if I didn't want to. I can use one color or I can use both, but that's it. Sorry, that's my blush right there. Okay, last step is your illuminator. Illuminator looks like this. When you put it on, you're not gonna see it until the light hits. And I just do a C or a backward C around the eyes, depending on what side you're on. And when the light hits, can you see how like the light reflects off? The reason this is a really cool product is as we age, we lose the kind of like light to our skin. We get a little bit more dull. And so using a product like this just brings back youthfulness to the skin. If you have a small upper lip like I do, you can take this and just put it like this. You can use this as an eyeshadow. You can use it as a lip gloss. Everything is like multi-use with this. So this is the palette 8. I just did my whole face with it. If you wanted more eyeshadows and things like that, we have this bigger palette. This is the palette 12. But depending on your shade and kind of what level you are, the colors vary. So the last thing I'm gonna do, if you are oily, you're gonna wanna use a setting powder. If you are not oily, then you can do what I'm doing, which is just a setting spray. If you're oily, you're gonna do setting powder and then a setting spray. But you wanna spray enough that it's like damp. You don't wanna just like, it's not enough. This will hold it on all day long, and there you go. Super easy skin-like makeup that looks like me, matches my skin because I have 3 different colors, and everything I need is just right here. So I will post this. I will make sure I put everything that I used onto the post so that you can go check it out. And then if you comment match on my post when I post this, then I will send you my free color match form too. So, all right, thanks for hanging with me, you guys. I hope you have a great weekend doing something fun. I can't believe 4th of July is next week. It's crazy how fast the summer's going, but I just appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for hanging with me. And if you have any questions, jump into my inbox. That's what I'm here for. Okay, bye guys.